going to be statues of Kobe Bryant and Muhammad Ali. So it just seems a little hypocritical that you would be doing everything in your power to sort of outlaw the teachings of what, say, Muhammad Ali stood for. Like, are you going to tell people that he stood against war, that he stood against these very progressive civil rights issues? That doesn't seem to be the part of it. And what I noticed there from that clip is that he had to read letter by letter about what these people, what these great Americans have done in terms of progress for our country, because it's not something he's familiar with and not something that is natural for him.
Meanwhile, he gave you the Muhammad Ali Award. We have a picture of it in 2007. How did you feel getting that honor, and would you accept it today?
Well, I'd love it. I mean, he was, he was something, and he wanted me to get that award. And we raised a lot of money that night for charity. He was very charitable, and that was in Arizona. And we raised a tremendous amount of money that night, and very big numbers. And he was so happy about it. And that was one of my great honors, actually.
And
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. So I want to come on and talk about Jemele Hill. Jemele Hill, we all know, used to be on ESPN, but she's just Trump deranged, so they had to get rid of her, okay? And she hasn't been really in mainstream media for a while. She has a podcast, but Anyway, she's back in the mainstream media today because yesterday, Donald Trump held a Black History Month celebration, and he brought out the best of the best in stars, politics, podcasters, you name it, they were there. Black excellence, really Black excellence, was there. And he even revealed his plans to start the Garden of American Heroes. That will be Black. But the mainstream media didn't like that idea. When I tell you it just never stops, it just never stops. They are going to keep on Trump, and we're going to keep covering it. I want you guys to see Jemele Hill and how she acted and what she said over there on CNN, the other Trump deranged network. But I want you guys to see what Donald Trump did at the celebration yesterday. Here we go.
Is there anybody like our Tiger? How are you? He's a great. Would you want to just say a couple of words, Tiger? He doesn't. He's much more comfortable. Tiger.
Hey, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. President, and to be honored here with all of you.
Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park. It's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless Black Americans, icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. And I will showcase extraordinary. It will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be producing, we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue from men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, and the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant.
All right, so you guys just saw that. You saw that Donald Trump was there talking to Tiger Woods. I mean, how great is Tiger Woods, right? And then you saw him talking to all the people in the audience that were Black, all the reporters, all the other athletes, all the other political figures that are Black, and even a lot of Black podcasters were there. And then he talked about the garden that he's starting called American Heroes. And a lot of the great American heroes are Black. He talked about Kobe Bryant. He talked about Rosa Parks. He talked about Muhammad Ali, right? He talked about Dr. Martin Luther King. When I tell you a lot of these people are American heroes and a lot of people revere them, they're going to be in this garden. You would think it would be a great thing, right? Wrong. Jemele Hill, who I'm going to tell you has bald-headed reasoning, even though she has hair, she has it because she lets it seep down into her brain. We must hate Trump. Like, we must hate Trump. All right. And she hates Trump, and so does CNN. I want you guys to see CNN and Jemele Hill talk about this whole great celebration to make America great again. Watch.
He also mentioned at the same time that there were going to be statues of Kobe Bryant and Muhammad Ali. So it just seems a little hypocritical that you would be doing everything in your power to sort of outlaw the teachings of what, say, a Muhammad Ali stood for. Like, are you going to tell people that he stood against war, that he stood against these very progressive civil rights issues? That doesn't seem to be the part of it. And what I noticed there from that clip is that he had to read letter by letter about what these people, what these great Americans have done in terms of progress for our country, because it's not something he's familiar with and not something that is natural for him. So I consider this to be an insult, a slap in the face. And frankly, all the people that attended this, look, I guess God bless you if you've never been to the White House and maybe you looked at it as some kind of great experience. But everything this president has stood for and done in the last decade or so has been a complete rejection of what Black history is.
Muhammad Ali gave Donald Trump the Muhammad Ali Award. They were really good friends. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Donald Trump isn't a racist. She's just mad that Donald Trump doesn't want to go along with DEI because she thought DEI may get her back her job. Nope, nobody wants to see you on TV. Last but not least, Muhammad Ali did oppose a war under a Democratic president. They don't ever talk about that, but I digress.
This White House, this administration has spent so much time, especially in the last month, denigrating diversity as even a concept. And actually, let me just go ahead and play this because I think it's instructive to hear exactly what they have been saying. Listen.
I think the single dumbest phrase in military history is our diversity is our strength.
My son is in a public school. He takes a class called African American History. If you're running an African American history class, could you perhaps be in violation of this court order, of this executive order?
I'm not quite certain, and I'd like to look into it further and get back to you on that.
You can have DEI in water coolers and universities. I disagree with that, but lives aren't impacted with DEI at universities. It is impacted here. I just want the best and the brightest, keeping Americans safe.
Okay, so you say that, and then you throw a Black History Month event, and people are supposed to then say, well, it all doesn't matter. He really does care about the history of this country, which includes people. It's Black History Month today and this month, but it could be Hispanic History Month, Women's History Month, all these diverse people.
Absolutely.
What are Americans supposed to think?
I mean, look, President Trump is not a traditional politician. I mean, he never has been, he never will be. So today when we saw the celebration in the White House, I thought that was a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was a packed house there. I mean, Tiger Woods, I can go on and on of all the people that were there. He made it very clear today, Abby. He said, Black Americans are legends. I'm going to put some statues up. Kobe Bryant.
But he's governing in exactly the opposite way.
I think what he's trying to do is on one end, he knows he's got a huge deficit. He's trying to make cuts and move the business, this big government forward.
I'm not talking about the cuts. I'm talking about the denigration of people based on this idea of DEI. They tried to blame a plane crash on diversity.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with that, to be very sincere with you. I think he looks at DEI more of a, let's put that aside and let's do everything on merit. He's made it very clear. He's talked about merit all along. So I really think, Abby, that what happened today was a beautiful thing.
So, yeah, I don't. I think he's trying to gaslight us. I mean, come on, man. You have got to be kidding.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is another dude right here that has that bald-headed reasoning. So to address Abby earlier, Donald Trump is not doing the exact opposite. Donald Trump is just not with DEI, whether it's black, white women. And I'm just saying, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get the job on your own. Get the job. What is the problem? Bald-headed reasoning right here. It's proof. Hell, Jemele Hill is proof. She was on ESPN. You can make it.
If he didn't have it today, you would be back.
He's trying to gaslight us. First, he said he doesn't want anybody in government to celebrate Black History Month. And then he says, okay, I'm going to put on an event about Black History Month, and I'm going to be the speaker. There aren't any Black people, really saying anything about what's happening with him. He tried to use DEI as literally a racial slur against us, as if Black people are benefiting from anything in this country and getting anything we're not qualified for and don't have to work twice as hard for. Black people have to live in the real world. When the cops come, We're scared because we might not come out of it alive. We walk into a store, if they let us in, we're followed around. We don't get loans when we have the same credit score as everybody else because we're Black.
That man is not around Black people. I can assure you that. All right. All those people, those elites, those people in New York and Washington, they try to stay as far away from poor people as they can. I assure you. So when they get to talking all of this, ask them where they live. Just ask them where they live. I guarantee you, they don't live anywhere around Black people.
We have to live in the real world. You can't gaslight us. We know reality when we see it. This is not real. This is a joke.
I think that's very important. So I was glad to see Donald Trump highlight, yes, great athletes, but yes, Rosa Parks, yes, Frederick Douglass. I think that's great. And we can have the debate over DEI, and I think I can go in a million different directions. I think when it comes to the celebration of Black history, I think the president's signal today was he doesn't want to see it erased from our conversation in our country.
But that's not what his actions say.
So the man says his last word and she goes, that's not what his action says. He's racist. Ma'am, the man is not racist. Everybody loved Donald Trump. All of the Black people in the 80s and 90s loved Donald Trump. Hell, even in the 2000s, you have Nelly talking about Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in, like Donald Trump money. Everybody loved Donald Trump. The moment the media and all of the pundits told you not to like Donald Trump, you guys didn't like Donald Trump. Because whatever was true then, it's definitely true now. So I don't understand where the confusion is. The confusion is the media has the propaganda machine to make you change your mind because you guys have flip-flopped on so much, it's ridiculous. You don't have your own brains. Thus, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, bald-headed reasoning, all of that in that circle right there. Now, since Jemele Hill wanted to lie, I decided to go ahead and pull up the receipts about Donald Trump and Muhammad Ali. And when Muhammad Ali died, Donald Trump called into the TV station to actually say some really nice things about him and actually go down memory lane. Watch this.
He was very special. I've always said he might have been the most beautiful athlete I've ever seen in terms of the beauty of an athlete.
I agree with that. Was he the greatest fighter ever?
Look, you've had some great fighters. I noticed he said just now Sugar Ray Robinson. I've seen him, and he was great too. There's some great fighters, but I think when you add the package up, there was nobody close. You know, if you add everything in terms of the poetry and what he did outside of the ring and inside of the ring, then I would have to say there was nobody close. As far as fighting is concerned, he was certainly right up there. There's no question about it.
You guys, that was really nice. And it only took me a second to actually pull this up, right? They don't do real journalism over there at CNN. I don't even know what they do over there other than be Trump deranged and talk about Trump 24/7. They could have done the same research that I did and found out that there's tons of video of them together, tons of videos of them at different events, doing things together, and him even getting that award, the Muhammad Ali Award. You don't give that to a racist. You don't give that to somebody you don't like. When I tell you that the media makes up anything, Jemele Hill makes up anything. She doesn't do real journalism. She's just Trump deranged, and she's all about racism, even when there's none there. All right, so you guys just saw all of that. So last but not least, I want you guys to see what was floating all over social media after this event, all right? People that were there were posting, some of the press were posting, and even some TikTokers just had to post what some celebrities posted. Watch this.
Guess who the White House just posted on their Instagram that came to visit? Well, if he said Kodak Black, you would be right. What, was that not your first guess? He was apparently there for a Black History Month event, and this is no surprise. Kodak Black has been a very open Trump supporter. Donald Trump actually pardoned him in 2021 for his prison sentence. Back in 2021, Donald Trump actually pardoned him where he was sentenced to 46 months in prison on weapon charges. After this, he released a track, Last Day In, where he acknowledged the commutation. One of the lines in the song says, "Trump just freed me, but my favorite president is on the money." However, now seeing his appearance and the post from the White House, it's clear that their relationship is probably still doing just fine, and that Kodak still supports Donald Trump.
I just want to say, we are in the presence of the greatest president of all time. He is the greatest president in our lifetime. And I'll tell you right now, the Democratic Party should be worried because they took us for granted. No longer. We vote in our best interest. We want the same thing that every American wants. Good job. We want a secure border. We want to pay lower taxes. And Mr. President Donald Trump is doing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Let me fix my bow tie. We at the White House?
We at the White House.
We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump. Let's go. Yeah. I look so good in the red hat.
All right, so you guys just saw all of that. He's absolutely right. Don't we look good in this red hat? Yes, make America great again. When I tell you the mainstream media did not want to put all of that online, they didn't want to put it online. CNN didn't air it, MSNBC didn't air it, none of the liberal news networks aired it. I wonder why. They want to keep Black people and other people of color Trump deranged and just sitting around thinking it's woe is me. I can't never get ahead. Nothing is going to happen. I need DEI. I need this. I need that. I need the government, when we really don't. People of color are like any other people. Black people are like any other people. Indian people, Native American. We are all the same people. We're all human beings. We all want the same things out of life. We all want to get ahead. We want to do what is right. We want our country to be safe. We want everything that everybody else who is an American citizen wants. Liberty and justice for all. Let me know what you thought about Donald Trump and the Black History Month event. Let me know what you think about the Heroes Garden with the Black heroes that are going to be in it. And of course, let me know what you think about crazy Jemele Hill saying everything that was absolutely wrong because I pulled the receipts, and just being Trump deranged and not actually looking at the moment and saying, hey, I may not like this guy, but this is a great moment for Black heroes. But she can't do that because we know why. That reasoning. You guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.